You are listening to the Car Pro Insider Podcast, episode 5, where we're talking about being the resource in your marketplace. What does that mean and what does that look like for an automotive sales professional? Let's do it. Hey, what's up? I'm Robert Wiseman, and I have helped car sales professionals from around the world sell more cars by building their personal brands, attracting high-quality car buyers, and becoming the go-to car guy or gal in their marketplace. So what does it take to become the car sales professional that people are lining up to do business with? This is the Car Pro Insider. Welcome. What's up? You are now entering the Car Pro Insider Podcast. Hey, I'm Robert Wiseman, your host. And in case this is the first time joining us here on the Car Pro Insider Podcast, this is the go-to podcast for car sales professionals who are looking for proven strategies outside of the box and creative ideas, and also the latest, greatest of tools and resources to help them up their game, right? Step up and start killing it in automotive sales. Listen, I am so glad you are here, whether it's your first time, and those of you that have been coming back, man, thank you so much. Everybody that's left a review, everybody that subscribes, I appreciate all the love, definitely. Let's get into this. So today, I'm kind of answering in response to one of the previous 4 sessions that I put out, where somebody reached out to me and was talking about how I mentioned about becoming a resource in your marketplace. And, that sounds good, but like, what does that mean? What does that look like? So that's what I'm going to dive into today, is what being, what it looks like and what it is, what it means when it means be the resource in your marketplace for your prospects, for your customers as an automotive sales professional. But real quick, before I get into that, make sure that on Thursdays, if you haven't checked out yet, this is my boy, and working with him and doing a lot of the production and behind the scenes. But once in a while, I pop in on his podcast. It's the Hardcore Closer podcast with Ryan Stewman. Check that out on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, wherever you get your podcasts, and also check out his blog, thehardcorecloser.com. All right, so let's get down to business. So in today's world, where we stand at the time of recording this 2016, what being a resource is and looks like for the car sales professional is really one of the easiest ways to explain it, is to really become your marketplaces, and your prospects. To an extent, they're kind of like Edmunds.com, they're MotorTrend.com, they're KBB.com. You know what I mean? And to do that, it's all about information. It's all about answering the questions and providing the information that your prospects in your marketplace is searching for. The beautiful thing about this is once you create this information, this catalog for answering questions, you can use that to then also continue to be a resource for your current customers, your current database, by sending it out to them. By when people ask you this question, you can just forward them to the content where you've answered the question. Now, in next week's episode, I'm going to go more into the different channels and what that looks like, but I'm just going to give you kind of the overview today. So it's being that's what it means by being a resource. And by using the web today is the most efficient. Now, we'll talk about some offline strategies too in a future episode, but when it comes to the web, like, that's your fastest ticket, and it's the least expensive. And that comes through creating content by answering the questions that your current customers are asking, your current prospects and leads are asking, and other people in the marketplace. Now, you should have a bunch of those in your head right now because you work with them every day. They're the things that people are asking you every day. even through whether they're new customers or the things that past customers are calling you up and asking you or sending you emails and asking you about, right? So there's so many options when it comes to that. And from there, you can also use resources in your service drive. Guys back there, they get a lot of questions. You can use them to help you answer these questions also. And then you also have the net. There's so many resources online. One of the easiest is like start typing in your keywords into a Google or your YouTube search bar for that matter, and it'll pre-populate a bunch of recommended searches that have to go with it. So example, if you sell Chevy, just start typing in Chevrolet, and then you can do multiple different combinations of that. Then you could start typing in Chevy Impala, right? 2016 Chevy Impala, and do all different variations, and they'll pop up a bunch of different other common searches. They're giving you those suggestions because those are popular searches that have those keywords in there, right? So that'll give you a great ton of ideas. And then for even more, which you've already got a great amount in your head when I said, when you started to understand this, and now you have that's giving you proven stuff that people are searching. Then you go down to the bottom of the page, like the Google search, and look at there'll be a bunch of suggested searches there as well that are common with those, right? So that makes sense. That's an easy way for you to get a good list of pieces of content that you can create one time, and then you can use it to continue to be a resource for your existing customer base and database, right? And then also to attract and get your name in front of other people in the marketplace that don't know who you are, right? When they go on and they start searching it and you pop in front of them, boom. That's the way you start building that relationship, by being a resource, right? You're there, you're answering them a question, you're in front of them. Doesn't have to, we're going to talk about the channels to use through blogging and, video, YouTube and social and things like that in next week's episode. But I hope that gives you an idea kind of what I mean by being the resource. Like, you want to be like that Wikipedia, right? Like the Edmunds, the TrueCars. Those models only exist because the dealership and the salespeople aren't doing this, right? If we're doing this, we're going to have a more, our answers will be more genuine. Our content, if you do it the right way, it's going to be more genuine. It's going to connect better with that individual. And also it's going to be local and geo, right? So listen, we're going to dive more into the different channels and how to really get into this next week. And then the week after, I'm going to do a little series on this. It was great. It just sparked a lot of ideas for me as well. So, that's what it means by being the resource, right? All right. So that pretty much wraps up episode 5 of the CarPro Insider podcast. Again, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what I mean when I speak about the resource. And, in the next episode, I'll go into deeper on the type of channels to be using and ideas to, more ideas, in-depth ideas for your content creation and whatnot. But I just wanted to give you the scope of that. Can't pack it all into one session here because, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to keep these things short and sweet. Get your Monday or whenever you're consuming this off the ground the right way. All right. If you haven't yet, do me a solid, man. Go over and write me a review on iTunes. I would so much appreciate that. We're on Stitcher Radio. We're on iTunes. We're on YouTube. Also over at Robert, Wiesman, that's robertwiesman.com. You can access all of the episodes, the past episodes and future episodes will be available there. Also have a blog with a bunch of blog posts with great insight and other actionable tactics that you can implement to help you sell more cars and crush it in the car industry. And also some free resources and things that you can download there to help you with your personal branding, your video creation, and things along those lines. Again, that's at robertwiesman.com. Thank you so much again for being here for episode 5 of CarPro Insider. I look forward to seeing you back here next week where we pick things back up. Have a great week. Go sell cars. Have some fun. I'll talk to you then.